Hello YouTube, welcome. In this video, we will do a podcast for you that you guys just, miss me and the all other guests. I know that. And now we have to go and dive into the podcast and who are our guests. We have Hygaa as manager and we have Aidex, Arkyve, Ware, and Mailer. And if you guys don't know Mailer and mi amigo, wait, the name I can see where. Buffalo. Yeah, like he's there and he is the winner of the tournament of the Valkyrie, I don't know, Russia. And Mailer is also the winner. And the other Sage players, they are very bad. And the Hygaa is also Sage player. He's also very bad.
They couldn't make
I was by CJ. It was bound to
I
happen.
didn't even get to participate. What the fuck?
Okay, never mind. Like this week and this podcast, we will talk about the Arena of Russia, about classes and situations, what the veterans think about that. We will talk about the AOS, or I should call it like clan fiesta or meta classes just dominate everything in the game. We will talk about in general like that. Hygaa will just manage everything. Thank you for being here. I'm just giving the microphone to the Hygaa. Thank you.
Okay, so welcome everybody. As always, big thank yous for everyone to join in and making a space in your schedules to attend this. So first things off, let's introduce everyone one by one. I'm gonna start with the new guests that we have today. Mailer, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Myler. I play Scholar. I've been in BDO for the last 4 years-ish, actively. I've played it like way back when, but only for like, I don't know, 20, 30 hours. The last year, I've been more active in PvP. I caught up to Softcap last year in December. And yeah, I really enjoyed the AOS. I played it a shit ton. And it led me to winning the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah, Scholar player here, 1v1 Masterclass Scholar winner, that's for sure. Giga Chat. Now let's introduce Buffroy. Buffroy, could you please take your turn to introduce yourself?
Buffroy, I'm I'm a Slugvog player since 2020, and I've been playing the game for a while. I started as a live skiller and then naturally became a PvPer and started pursuing Node Wars, AOS, and that led to a couple of days ago winning the Masterclass tournament. And yeah, that's it.
W. Okay, now it's turn for Aidex.
Hi guys, it's Mika and the sleepy avatar. Those are main since 2016. I don't know what else to say really. I'm just happy to be here again. Ready to yap a bit.
Okay, W. Now Arkyve, your turn.
Hello, I'm Arkyve, Awakening Sage player, and I've been on the class since release day. I've been playing the game since 2018. I've been busy with helping the Sage community in any way I could. Most of all by writing what people refer to as the Sage Bible, specifically for Awakening. I haven't touched Succession in like 2.5 years, sadly. And I create content on YouTube and Twitch nowadays. Not since long, but it's kind of a new thing. But I'm enjoying the journey.
That's for sure. A long journey indeed. And also our host, which is Gwendia. Take it away. Your turn to say who you are, if you want. Wait, you're muted, I believe.
Okay. Hello, I'm Gwendia, and I'm a main drug, ethical drug player, and from the release of the class. And most of you probably know me from my contents. I'm playing also different classes for TV purpose, but only for PvP. I prefer to play Metrocania. I used to play Valkyrie. Most of my old viewers knows that my Valkyrie. Most of Valkyrie players also just remember my Valkyrie. And yeah, I'm trying my best to just keep the community as much as alive. And these podcasts is just prepared for the community. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's for sure. So let's take it away. We're gonna start off with the big news that we've had this month, which is the 1v1 tourney. The Masterclass tourney that got announced on the Summer Ball, which is the Hygaa Ball. Everyone sort of had some expectations, whether they were positive or negative, but let's start asking one or two, better said, of the winners. How did you guys feel? How did you guys receive the announcement of that tournament for the 1v1 Masterclass? Did you guys felt motivated? How was your approach to the tournament? Melee, you can start first if you want.
My class is pretty niche, especially in 1v1, so I thought that's like at least quarters rewards for me for free, pretty much. And I was pretty happy.
Okay. So you had a lot of expectations coming into that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, there's like 3 people that PvP'd on it at that point, and on the EU server, like properly PvP'd on it. So I knew there were like a few more people signing up anyway, because like that class equals easy rewards, right? But yeah, I mean, I pretty much just tried to beat those people. There was one new person coming up, that was Hollow, which I practiced with as well, and he was really, really good. I think if I fought him instead of Lit, it would have been about the same. Like it would have been really hard for me. But yeah, I mean, everything else went expected for me.
Okay. What about you, Buffray? How did you receive the announcement of the tournament? How did you come into it?
Well, it was a good opportunity to actually make the class shine, since Succession VOC is very niche as well. It's not very good in large scale. It's a bit better, smaller scale, but 1v1s is where it really shines. So yeah, it was a bit daunting because there's a ton of gamers in Awakening. So having to learn the matchup really detailedly to manage to get that far was really good. And yeah, and the amount of rewards also was a great motivator. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Aidex? I saw that you also participated on your Awakening DOSA counterpart. How did you receive the news? Did you expect to reach any far on the tournament? How did you come mentally into this?
I was actually quite motivated to, test myself, because that's the reason why I entered the tournament. I know I wasn't going to win. It was impossible. Awakening DOSA versus Succession is just two different kinds of scaling, really. It's completely impossible to win. You cannot like damage trade and whatnot. It's just. But I was really happy I did win my first game against a Succession DOSA. That was completely unexpected. But then forward into the games, you fight better people and you just know you're not gonna win.
Yeah, that's for sure. How about you, Arkyve? How was your run? How did you receive the news of the tournament? How was
With a mix of excitement and self-doubt, because I obviously wanted to participate, obviously wanted to test myself, obviously wanted to prove myself, and at the same time I knew that even though I would have had some chances, I like my odds of winning going through Rokon, through CJ, were gonna be slim. Like I know those players, even in the off chance I would have gotten lucky with some CCs, because Awakening State mirror matchup is very coin flip in certain moments. But even if I had gotten lucky somehow, I would have been very aware that I wouldn't have been a better player than those anyway. But I was still excited because I know for a fact I'm not too far behind and I can perform, and I feel like I did.
Sure.
I was kind of disappointed in my performance into CJ, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's no shame in losing against CJ, but I should have put up a much better fight than that. But other than that, I feel like it went, like, once the brackets were revealed, I feel like it went pretty much as expected. Can't really say I'm too disappointed.
Okay. What about you, Quenya? Did you participate on Dracania?
Yeah, I participated, but for Silvermina, it didn't start this weekend. It will start, and the next weekend, the finals will be. I don't know why we just started late. Maybe some kind of things. I don't know. Like, well, we didn't start it. I don't know if I shared tournaments before last year. I was the winner. I mean, my class is in very interesting and disgusting situation. Like, I don't want to talk about it. One of the worst PP class right now in the game. Like, in this Super Armor iframe, like protected meta, class has only 3 super armor skills and 20 skills. Like barely, like I'm happy that my class has gaps, because fighting against a class with gaps is showing you that you know the class. Experience can benefit from opportunities, but but overall, I don't know for sure. I've seen that good competitions in EU drag. For some part of EU drag matches, I saw that people just attended the tournament for only rewards, that they don't even just know how to just re-CC people. Even if the like the second KD, they don't even know how to do proper combo and etc. And then I don't know who was the winner, but my favorite was the Samfu. Who won the Dracania? Anyone know?
It was Samfu, yeah.
Samfu, yeah, because there was only Sanfu who was playing the class properly, because you can play and you can protect yourself, you can try to protect yourself, and you don't need to use your combo skill at the same time. There are ways to play the class, and there was only Sanfu doing that thing. and other players, even if a few opponents of him was doing okay, but like Sunful was playing perfectly and he deserved it. And I'm happy that he won that. For the other classes, I don't even want to talk about the meta classes right now in the game. They're disgusting enough. Even the meta players, I mean, no, not the meta players. Their class is meta. Their class will get nerfed. They're just afraid because of that. You know, like Mystic, Sage, and all other things. These classes are OP. There are other classes too. We saw that how OP they are in the tournament. Like it was disgusting to watch players. Like two SA, two Spider-Man looking at each other. Like no one is just getting harmed.
Yeah.
For example, you know, it's just so it was so disgusting. Like I don't know what PA are going to do about that, but we will see. We will talk about these things in the future of the podcast.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And let me quickly introduce a new addition to the podcast because Yalo, online just joined. So please, Yalo, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am online. People call me Yalo. I'm a BDO enjoyer. Currently playing Wukong. That's the TLDR.
And the one and only that took the crown for the Wukong, the one tourney.
Yes.
That he must not forget that. I'm trying to get all the possible winners in here. So I'm going to throw the same question that I just started the podcast with. How did you receive the news, like the announcement of the tournament? Did it hype you in some sort of way? Did you feel like pumped to play more the game? How was it for you? And
for me personally, tournaments in general are always like fun. I know they're like never like really balanced, right? But I think like the most hype thing in this game are legit tournaments, like by far. It's not even close, right? And I wasn't really motivated to play the game, right? I basically rolled my weapons on Wukong, and then I did Node Wars and shit, right? I wasn't like super motivated, but the tournament made me like actually motivated to like participate, right? Because it's something new, and you actually have to prep for it, right? Sure, there's always an element of like RNG involved and like nerfs and shit, right? But at the end of the day, it's like still a really good thing. The tournament itself was pretty fun, I would say. Like actually, like all things considered, it was really fun. I'm just not happy with not having a losers bracket, but that's a different topic. But it was good in general, yeah. Like just learning matchups, right? Just basically doing that all the time was like personally, it was just super fun, yeah. I was happy with it, really.
Okay, W. So we can start the next question being, how was the format for this tournament? Yalo just mentioned there was no loser. There was best of 3 all the way until the finals. How did we enjoy the format of the tournament? We can start with you, Yalo, and then we go backwards as I just...
you want me to talk about the format? Like
in the format, like, did you said that you didn't enjoy that there wasn't...
I
only had one shot, there was no...
Yeah, exactly. I think loser bracket would be like justified. I mean, they did it before too, right? So I don't know why they didn't do it this time. Maybe because it was too much, right? Could be, but I feel like a loser bracket is like needed. Again, like people will have nerfs in this game mode, right? And sure, they can argue like some manage it better than others, but like a loser bracket should be like it should be in there, guaranteed. With the loser brackets, I would not have an issue. I mean, I hear from like the most people, right? They're like too shaky to actually play the game, and then the second round they actually lock in, right? So loser bracket would have actually helped, I think, in general. And I mean, like it's better. It's a better indicator of actually finding out who's like the best, right? I mean, you had like scenarios where you had like the two favorites playing against each other in the fucking first round, by the way. That's kind of crazy. No. And then you can't really influence it, but with the loser bracket, you can kind of combat it, right? Like you can kind of do something against it. For example, in the DK bracket, you had a Lua against Michu, and
yeah, it was super early.
In my opinion, that was definitely the finals, and having them the first round, and then like just on that day, Lua just unlucky is out. Like it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it would just be like higher quality too, right? In theory, it's not 100%, but like it's like the odds are like higher with it. So like my only issue was just a loser brackets was needed, and that was it really. And it would have been like fine.
Yeah. What about you, Aidex? Would it have been better for you if there was a loser bracket? Would you actually enjoy if there was a loser bracket?
Yeah, for sure. Would I have gone further? Maybe actually yes, because I would have to fight Awakening more often. So yes, I do think my chances would be astronomically higher. To get further into the tournament, because I think there were 5 more Awakening players, and I think my chances would have been way higher to get at least top 8 at the very least.
What
But yeah,
Okay. What
other
about
than
you, Arkyve?
that,
Sorry.
yeah, other than that, the tournament was pretty well organized. I do think the best of 3, I felt it was a bit too fast. I would have liked the best of 5 actually
Okay.
earlier
And the
on,
final
and then
of 7?
and the finals be best of 7. Yeah.
I see.
So that's yeah.
Arkyve,
agree.
what about you? What if you enjoyed a second opportunity, maybe to find Rockon or a sign at the other side, or
Me?
yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I think in general the tournament had definitely loser brackets. I feel like best of 5 would have been better than best of 3. But if you implement the loser bracket, that's kind of debatable. I could see it, but definitely best of 5 would maybe be more interesting. More, it feels less discouraging once you lose one round to the rest of the match, as well as. I think it would have, like, it's completely unfair that classes are not split into the specs, because of
I wanted
course
to
something
say
like
that too. Yeah.
yeah, like an Awakening stage is obviously going to win against Succession, and a Succession Doza is obviously going to win against Awakening. There are so many matchups that are just completely one-sided on a similar skill level, not even equal, just within reach, let's say. So I think, like, people would normally say, yeah, but if you split into specs, there's just not enough participant for each spec, and you can just fix that by lowering the requirements. Honestly, like 800 gear score and 10 billion entry tickets is a lot for a lot of players that are invested exclusively in PvP in the game.
Yeah.
There's so many players who mostly PvP, they do AOS, Red Battlefield, maybe Captain Outdoor, and they don't really have the money or the gear to, like, they didn't have the money or the gear to participate. So just lowering the barrier of entry, or the cost, well, mostly the barrier of entry, the cost is kind of whatever, would have definitely allowed to split classes into specs for the tournament and make it actually a fair fight for everyone.
Yep, I definitely agree. Because you could see matchups like, for example, the Succession Dracania against the Awakening. There's multiple cases where you could see the difference in classes, that some don't stand a chance in a 1v1 when there's a grab in between, right? But I'm gonna change the question for our winners here. How did you guys enjoy this new sort of circle closing in into the arena to sort of get more into a middle ring, to like an all-out, and then the HP limitations going down little by little, so the trades earlier on doesn't take that big of meaning? How did you guys feel about it? Buffer, you can answer this if you want.
I loved it. Succession Valkyrie has very low mobility. Now it's a bit better, but the fact that the fight was so much closer and there was no opportunity to disengage allowed to keep the pressure on your opponent, and also the pressure on you, because if you screw up, then you're also screwed. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Okay, Mela, your turn.
Yeah, kind of in the same vein. Like most matches wouldn't even end, to be honest, without the circle and the HP reduction. And just to go back to the other question, like a little bit of soft seeding would have helped a lot as well. Like
Okay.
Yellow alluded to it, right? Like Lua versus Michu first round, Hollow versus Lit in my bracket. There was a ton of things where, like, basically everybody thought these people were the finalists and they went first round. It's not very fun.
Maybe take soft seeding based on the previous AOS season, something like that. Could have been nice.
Yeah, AOS seasons. It was probably the easiest one because everybody can participate, right? It's not like a gear issue there.
Yep. Feel like there was not that big of an issue on the stage bracket because all the better ones on AOS were kind of equally distributed. But I could see that happening on the DK situation where Michu and Lua had that very early encounter. But yeah, Yellow, do you agree with this? Did you like the format of the arena, the fight?
I mean, I did like it, and again, as the others already said, it's like really class dependent, right? Like some classes you just cannot kill from 100% to 0, and it's like impossible, right? So I mean, this kind of prevented people from like fucking kiting away and stalling, right? Every time they just get hit. I mean, because if you take this out of the equation, right, they feel like, I can guarantee you people are just gonna run away behind the pillars and wait for full HP and then just engaging, and it's gonna be so fucking boring to watch. So this is like the only way kind of to fix it, which is kind of also like some classes, obviously it comes down to trading, but there's also skill involved in trading, right? It's not like a skillless thing. Like you have to know how to trade better in situations rather than mirror matchup. But yeah, I think it's good, yeah, all around.
A couple of more questions that I want to do about the 1v1 tourney is, did this tournament actually, guys, made you go for more gear? Because this big condition that the tournament came into having 810 gear scored pushed a lot of very good players in the classes to actually grind or swipe a little bit to get that gear score requirement to actually make it in. We can start the conversation on, was it a good decision to make the entry of this tournament based on gear? Should it have been in a different way? You can start with this, Arkyve, if you want.
Well, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so the tournament entry requirement was based on gear.
Oh yeah.
Did this requirement make you push your gear? Did you meet the requirements pre-handedly? And do you agree that it should have been on this sort of, a condition, or it should have been considered in a different way?
I agree, kind of, that it wasn't the best thing to have a gear requirement, because of course, like, it's a best in class. You want the players to be known players, to be geared players, to be people who have been playing the game for long. That's not an unrealistic expectation. So I believe that's fine, but I think the bar was set a bit too high. Like 800 gear score only a couple months after a Dania release, you're basically telling people, okay, either you're no life in the game or you're out of this. And I believe for people who mostly played the game for PvP, that's not a healthy thing. Like, a lot of PvPers could not prove themselves in this tournament. And even CJ, like, he barely made it in. He was, 3 gear score above the requirements?
Yeah, 813, I'm pretty sure. He was about to not make it. It would have been a crazy tournament without Tassadar and CJ on that bracket. It would have been a disaster.
Imagine I could have been in the finals with Broken. Fuck my life. Sorry.
No. Okay. What do you guys think? Did any of you guys actually needed to push for gear to make it in? Or were you guys already meeting those gear caps?
Short answer, no.
And I mean, you one-tap everything you touch, man. Say skill issue, really. If you
I don't think anyone here needed, but people.
I needed it, actually.
Wait, there's no way.
I needed the armor. Yeah.
No. No.
I know.
I mean,
I was lucky.
No, I didn't.
Did you swipe though? Did you have to swipe to actually?
I will not.
The question.
I will not talk about that.
Caught red-handed.
Blacksmith boxes. Let's go.
I know for a fact though that certain people in our guild, right, in Red, definitely pushed their gear for the tournament. I mean, like 5, 6, 7 people, like, they're actually pushing for it. I don't know if they swiped, right? So they definitely pushed for it.
Mela, did you swipe? Did you meet the gear score?
No, he's good. He's actually
okay. He's geared. He's a gear lord. Yeah. He's safe. He will be safe for another day. Okay. Another question that we can ask. I think I agree with Yellow on this sort of content that PA has done, not quite frequently, but it actually pumps and brings a lot of motivation to the game, which is all these 1v1 tournaments, the 3v3s. There was also one event that started to run between the EU and Russia servers there was like sieges between those two regions. Do you guys like this sort of content? Would you guys love to see it more often? I think it's a clear answer, but I think it's gonna be unanimous, but I would be surprised if someone wasn't agreeing with this. For example, Quendia, would you like to face MENA versus EU or versus Russia and prove that actually MENA has the strongest players?
Yeah, like MENA has very competitive PvP players, and I'm proud of that. Like, they're very competitive. They have ambitions and lots of other things. They do whatever it takes, and they are good, by the way. And fight in different regions, I would love to see it. Like Russia, EU, MENA, that would be amazing to fight against each other. On the other hand, about the tournaments, or these type of, common PvP things, or, for everyone in the game, I would love to see more and more, but first thing is that it needs to fix the imbalance in between classes to do this. In this one, we didn't feel the difference in between classes that much because it was mirror matchup. But imagine, like, they do some kind of region versus region, sieges, Nord Wars or something. We would just encounter with like 5 different setups, hundreds of people playing like Mystic, Sage, blah, 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 same classes. Before PA just, throw contents on top of us, they should focus, imbalance in between classes, nerf a little bit that those significant OP classes and buff a little bit, weak classes in the game, find some kind of good point, and then amazing. Like even Asha a leaderboard thing. I really like that Asha leaderboard thing. It's not, region versus region, but right now in the game, if they bring the Asha leaderboard, they will see that, only 5 or 6 different classes will just shine. None of the other classes will be. They don't have a chance. We all know that. Like some classes, I'll be okay. Like totally fine for me. Like any type of contents in the game, common contents, PvP or PV is not important. In between any regions or in one region, I'm totally fine with it. Like yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Yalo? Do you think there should be more contents like this? What would you like to see?
I mean, as I said, right, I think this game is really good for tournaments in general. I mean, it's always hype, everyone gets pumped, right? I don't even think you need like the craziest rewards in general. I mean, with the only problem I have with best in class, right, for an example, I mean, kind of like going off here, but how often does it happen, right? The last one was like, what, 4 years ago, I think, right? So I feel like people are like also completely stressed out because they, in their heads, it's going to be like another 4 years till this happens again, right?
Yeah.
Like if they would do it more frequently, it doesn't have to be like the craziest rewards. Like people would, I mean, just slap a Pearl reward on it, right? And people are gonna sign up and have fun, right? That's my preview. Like you don't need to make like a fucking griffin every time, right? Or like some outrageous fucking reward to get it rolling and have the community active, right? In that aspect, I do think there's a clear class, imbalance. And if there's a best in guild again, you will see the same fucking 3 classes every time, right? Like it's kind of. So you would have to kind of like adjust that before, I would say, if you want like in a perfect world, right? But again, I think tournaments are good. Like it should always be, held when possible and pushed for. If you like, that's my opinion.
Freud, do you want to see more of this? Do you want to have other chances against other Valkyries? Would you now prefer to give a shot onto the 3v3 format? What do you think?
Over the last month, ever since it was announced, I've been playing nonstop, trying to improve AoS as well. So yeah, I definitely they're definitely catering, or they should do more content catering to the PvP players because there's definitely a need for it. And I would personally I joined Arena of Arsha. That was a lot of fun. I joined the Arsha leaderboard as well, like all the PvP stuff that they announce. I enjoy quite a lot, except sometimes large scale, since it's just a meta washing.
Yeah. I do agree. There's a lot of missed opportunities in this sort of aspect where they could just generate a lot of content within the game, and who wouldn't love to watch an NA versus EU, the 2 biggest regions, facing each other in some sort of style, as they try to do with EU Russia. I mean, everyone would be hyped to see Armin versus, I don't know, CJ, Armin versus, or DBOs versus Yalo, who's the Wukong King, all that sort of content would be, I don't know, free for them, and maybe they could find a way to pull it out. Mailer, do you think this sort of content should be pushed even further? Do you want to see more?
I hope it will be, but I doubt it will happen because they have to fly out people, right? But like I practice with Mina Scholar as well, Mert, and yeah, he's amazing. Like he actually would have been able to win against me, so it would have been really fun. But it is what it is. Like ping matters so much in this game. I don't see it happening unless they fly everybody out.
What about you, Arkyve? What do you think are the missed opportunities? What would you like to see from this?
I mean, I have to reprise on the last part that you said. Like those events would be really nice for the PvP community. I think we all would like to have a bigger pool of players to compete against each other, especially now that like you see it, the Node War scene is kind of dead, and obviously Occupation is a kind of dogshit game mode, but if you go for construction, it ends up being a dodge and a snipe fiesta. Like we need a bigger player pool. We need being able to compete against other regions in Node War or Guild League or AOS or 1v1, whatever kind of event, whatever kind of tournament occasion would be really nice. The problem is we already have gigantic desync issues within a single region. Cross region would be unbearable. Like BDO rework needs to be BDO combat needs to be kind of reworked from the ground up in a way that it doesn't really behave like it does right now. Like I don't believe anyone has fun engaging in a type of PvP where you have to play predictively against pretty much everything because you don't have neither you or your hardware or software have the capabilities of actively reacting to it. Like, you don't even see something is happening on screen until it's already happened at this point. And having cross-region would make things so much worse in that regard.
Does anybody remember whenever they did the Russia and EU thingy, did they have any dedicated server for the event to run on? Does anybody recall that?
I do not remember. They also did like the SCA Korea servers, Japan servers, all that Nodor tournament, but I don't remember. Someone in my chat is saying they did have dedicated servers.
Because I think there was.
All I know is that they just transferred the Realgy on the fucking thing. I don't know if it was like actually dedicated, right? I don't know how the ping was, but there was a dedicated server. Yeah, I don't know how the ping was, like if it was favoring any side. Not sure about that.
I mean, it's doable, but the infrastructure, like the structure and the hardware has to be there, so it's on their hands. I'm gonna throw this question into you, Aidex. Would you come up with any ideas of other type of cross-region sort of content that they could do to actually motivate players, maybe even PvE-wise or life skill-wise between maybe their own regions or cross-region? Can you come up with any other formats that it's not only PvP?
Ooh. I mean, for PvE, maybe what would be cool is some kind of group-oriented time attack thing where you have to kill mobs or bosses in a certain amount of time, and then you have to face against another region or something, and they need to try and kill it as well, faster than you do. And then maybe, I don't know, like after that, you get into some PvPv mode or something, where you can like disrupt each other's, speed clear in a way.
While I was asking, I just came up with the idea. There was all these timers with the bosses, like the shrine bosses, the party bosses. Also, like you could give timers for dungeon runs, and they could just simply put a time thingy, record it, and just compare between regions, and boom, you make a PvE competitive thingy that you could do cross-region with no
But before that, they need to fix the bosses, because holy, you don't know what kind of protection you need to use against some attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, don't touch where winds meet if you want boss systems to be enjoyable, dude.
Real. Actually, so real. Where winds meet mentioned, oh my god.
I have actually some really good ideas for them to...
BDO killer for sure, BDO killer for sure. Okay, the last question regarding this 1v1 tourney. So, the finals were the only thing that was officially streamed by, like, on the official stream. Should all the phases should have been streamed, or was it good to actually just
they should have.
They should have.
I agree too.
Because it's the thing where you see that they left the content creators to it, which is kind of... I mean, you gather your community to attend to that, but I think the official stream should have been on for the entire thing.
I mean, with how they did it in the main stream, there's no reason to not do it that way, right?
No.
Like, you could just have a delay. You highlight the fights that are interesting on the main channel, right? And you have the content creators cover everything else until I don't know, quarters or whatever.
There were legit some bangers in the fucking before the finals, like in the matches. Would have been nice, like with the replay and shit, or that in the finals. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. It's like they could have just done it, right? Instead of this way. It's just, like no reason to not do it at that point. I mean, it's getting streamed regardless, right? One way or another, then just make it like in an official setting. I don't know.
Yeah.
The only pet peeve I have was that some streamers were not even PvPers, so they pretty much...
bro, don't mention, like, some of them, not to call out, like, some were even looking at the fucking fight. Like, they were just ignoring it, and it was just background music, kind of. It was kind of upsetting. They were, like, any interest in actually watching, somewhere, how do I put it in a nice way, weren't, like, giving 100% to the fight, like, spectating and everything. So I get, like, some people being frustrated with it, also.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, any last thoughts for the 1v1 tourney? Any inquiries? Any suggestions for PA?
Yeah, they need to separate the specs for the next time they do it.
Yep.
They just have to.
Rewards
lower
were good.
requirements,
I think
more
they were
accessible.
appealing.
The rewards were really good.
Yeah, they were very appealing for everyone to get into it.
I want to talk about
rewards.
rewards.
40,000 crowns.
Yeah, I want to just mention about crowns. Like, for the first time of the Black Desert Online history, someone actually got something for real. Like, and before the rewards was like, okay, like, but this one is good, is really good. But also, they should stop repeating themselves about the Arsha weapon. We should see that awakening and sub-weapon versions of the Arsha weapon. Imagine that there are people that want Arna Forsha twice or triple time, maybe more, what that guy has like 3 main weapon, for example. We have a warrior player. He stopped joining the tournament. Ronan, maybe you guys hear his name. Like he probably had 3 or 4 warrior things, like warrior weapon or something. They should, redesign the awakening weapons and the sub weapon for, I don't know, for Arsha. And then not for the 4th win, but the 5th win. Imagine someone win the tournament 5 times. That guy should be able to access a special, I don't know if Arsha costume can move with animation, with an amazing glowing, but only 5th time. Like first for one of the weapons, second for one of the weapon, you can choose one, and third one of the weapon, you can choose one. And then 4th, no reward special, but the 5th one, if you win this one, you will have a chance to get special and unique costume. It will be actually unique, like full real. Like it will be like Gosu. There was like Gosu title, if you guys remember. Only few people will be able to just get that title.
Yeah. But also the Griffon kind of looks good. At least I will have to see 3 people driving Griffon in my guild. Very proud of you guys.
Yeah, Griffon is.
So
I just want to add something.
Yeah, sure. Go, Buffer. Go.
If they remove the guild requirement, they should add a tournament system that can handle like hundreds of players, because if they have the GMs doing it, then it's just gonna take forever. They should build their own tournament system so they can offload the not the guild managers.
It's really upsetting, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I played Guild Wars 2 before a lot, and that game has had an automated monthly tournament for 10 years or something at this point. It's sad. Like it could happen. It wouldn't be even hard.
Yep. I think it's an easy thing for them to do, I'm pretty sure. Right? So I'm gonna finish the 1v1 tourney side and chapter of the podcast by saying congratulations for the 3 people, beautiful, amazing players that we have. Enjoy your pearls, your crowns, your titles, your buildable thingies that you can put in your mainers and houses. So
some of the weapons are like fucking wild though. Like I don't know if you saw the Wukong weapon, like the Asha weapon. You only see it every 8 seconds if you press the skill in slow-mo. Like even in the preview, they had to slow motion by like 5 times.
Yeah, but
for you to like see.
So worth it.
It's
like our weapon. Blackboy doesn't even see it.
You get to see it.
That's also like, sorry that I'm jumping back. It's kind of insane that it's like what, like so many years. It's like a main hand. Like just have a main hand option at the minimum. Like that can't be that hard. Like,
don't worry, bro. Like awakening stage weapon, you don't see it. Like even during idle animation, you see it maybe 30% of the time.
I feel like but really like it just like when I looked at the Wukong weapon, like all they showed was just the pillar when you use like SC in like 5 hours. Like this is the only time I see it. Like if you have any sort of effects on, you will never see it. You will never see it in idle either. It's just crazy to me. Like just the main hand option would have like fixed it for like so many subclasses too.
Yeah, when you put it perfectly. There's no real reason to not have every slot in this and have a selection box.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I mean,
exactly. I don't know why they don't. At least awakening in main. I don't know about offhand, but at least awakening in main hand.
Yeah, it's like the bare minimum. Like I mean, all the what Quenya said with the orange is everything. Like obviously, I would like that, right? But at the moment, we don't even have the bare minimum of having a main hand.
Like all the succession classes are never gonna see that.
Exactly.
Don't worry, Savior's gonna get hers though.
All right.
We will get into Savior in no time, guys.
Right.
First,
first,
the next chapter that we're gonna, yeah, for sure. The next chapter we're gonna get introduced into is Arena of Solaire. Since we've done the last episode, there's been an Arena of Solaire. We're kinda about to end the season, I believe. There's like 2 weeks left, I believe, something around there. How has this season been compared to the last one? How is it going for you guys? Is anyone here playing AOS? Buffroy, for example. Sorry, I was gonna say, Buffroy, you started grinding a lot of AOS because the tourney gave you motivation. How is it going for you as a Succession Valkyrie player?
Oh, I start grinding just to keep the brain going, but it's been a very hard grind. As soon as you reach a point, everyone identifies that you're a victim class and starts focusing you. So, and the current meta, which is heavy Hesse trades, and given that like the guard changes in AOS is also in place, it's really like I'm fighting and holding a hot potato at the same time. There's way too much to track, but I didn't touch him much for like the last week and a half since I was more focused on the matchup that I knew I was going to face. So I am gonna try and push for top 100, but I'm not sure if I can make it just on the sheer coin flip of the like matches and the classes that you face. So yeah.
How about you, Arkyve? You were gonna speak
outside of
about
class
this topic.
meta, which is always going to be a problem in every season, but this season definitely doesn't feel good. But
Doesn't? You said doesn't?
it does not feel good. There's
Okay.
too much shit going on. But outside of that, this is not going to be a statement. It's going to be more like a question. Does anyone think there was a season where servers were more fucked than this one?
No.
Oof.
No, no.
I've been
Like,
worse they've been
No.
at least
people
for
are
the
looked at-
last 3 months.
Oof. Yeah, the servers are starting to do weird stuff this season.
Like,
I
people are
believe
no
so.
clipping underground 24/7. Classes are rubber banding left and right. Shit just disappears in your screen, slips out of grabs. Vacuums.
You get
linger
CC'd on your
for-
grab animations.
Yeah,
Your
I
weapons
have
get
several
CC'd.
See at the end.
grabs.
I have 20 clips of me getting in my essay, like on my grab success essay. I don't know if it's class
Yeah.
count, but it's actually so insane. It's so consistent. It's so
I have
consistent.
at least 5 different clips. One of which is from the other POV of me missing it, like not landing a grab on a stationary target, and the one from the other POV is a fucking. Hear this out. It's a warrior. It's not like the grab doesn't go through. It goes through, but it gets blocked by his shield.
I've played on
No,
Minecraft
that's
servers.
actually-
a lot.
You know what's
Hold up,
funny?
let me find the clip.
Okay,
because
go.
That shit was
like what's funny on the official tournament, I saw some scenarios where there was like blatant desync, right? Like normally you would say, okay, on my screen it looks like this, on my screen it looks like this. But if you see it on an official like replay that there's like major desync, like there's some fucking lag happening, then you know that something's cooked. Like it was happening in the Drakenia matchups too, and it was not because of the movement, right? Like people just porting on the ground left and right. It was kind of crazy.
It's complete ass.
Yeah, it is.
Like the vacuums are lingering for like 10 seconds. I can see a mystic or kill a mystic. The vacuum will still linger for several seconds before it disappears. Like what? I'm gonna send a link to the clip in chat. It's a medal clip, so I don't know if it shows the preview. Probably doesn't.
We know.
But yeah, that's the POV of the shield triggering the block on my grab. It is
expired.
Oh, it's really.
Yeah, it shows it's expired.
Oh no, please.
You can try to find it while I ask the next question if you want, Arkyve.
Sure, but I don't think I can recover it.
I remember the last season. I think we had Abiel and some other gamers talking about and
Arena
jumping about
Sage,
the last AOS season, and there was this common complaint where there was very little classes playable. Do you guys think this season is better in that regard? Because I'm gonna start saying I've never seen other West season where Wizards were #1 for a brief moment. They're still in several of them, top 100. Are we seeing more variety in classes in this season? Is that a good thing?
I think there is a lot more viable classes, but the top end is very dominated by the same 5 classes. It's Awakening Mystic, Scholar, Awakening Ninja, Sakuno sometimes, but rarely. Wizard is good, but it's like 2 people that play it at that level. So there's like very rarely ones. Awakening Sage, a few strikers here and there, Awakening strikers, but they're not that great. And that's pretty much about it. Like everything else is just like one person that plays it.
Yeah,
So
if the player is good,
very meta savvy still.
Yeah, if the player is good, they can do something. For example, let's say the 2 to 2.5k is top 5 dominator class, and the remain. If the player is good, then maybe can, I don't know, example for that. Maybe a warrior can do something 1.7, 1.8k, 1.9k, but that's all. You cannot just push that further. You are being limited, and that's why the variety is, it maybe looks like variety, but it is not. It's just like there are just dominant classes.
I think the top end is closer now, and that way there's like not one class dominating everything. That was last season. Last season, Sage shit on every class that can't run away from it completely.
I agree with that, actually.
And a lot of classes couldn't play at all.
I mean, I didn't play much, right? I just played a lot of customs, right? I didn't feel like, okay, the difference is they're like, let's call 10 god classes, they're like kind of similar, right? The problem is just the really bad classes are really bad. Like that's like there's the insane contrast, right? the difference in these fucking, let's call like top 10 or top 15 class, right, is not like fucking 50%. It's not insane, right? It's like a few percent up, 5, like it's not that heavy. But if you go to the actual bad classes, right, they're like really bad. Like they're like completely unplayable. Exactly. They're basically 10, 15 classes that they can vary. They're like, again, as I said, like 5% better, 5% less better. But you can make it, right? Like you can actually, if you're consistent, you can probably do it. But again, like the unplayable classes are just completely unplayable. That's the biggest difference, I would say. In the one thing I like, I mean, I didn't start ranking up again, right? I was just doing 1v1s for the tournament. I like that it's not like super elo inflated, which also has like its pros and cons. I mean, there are some class, but compared to like, it's not a clear meta like it was in last season, I would say. Like you can make more classes work. It's just if you have the bad RNG of being on a class that is like kinda bad, right? It just feels infinitely worse to play, right, than it was before. That's the difference. So it's just two extremes, kind of. Either you're like on the good side, right, on the 10, I would say 10-ish classes, or you're like getting completely shafted. And that's why some people just have this feeling of like, yo, this is like completely unplayable, right? Which also makes sense. Again, kind of like focus down to it.
Yeah, from that point of view, it is.
Yeah, exactly. Point of view. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense from the point of view, like obviously, but yeah.
Some games completely hopeless. There's nothing
Yeah.
that me or my teammates can do,
Yeah,
and some
yeah.
games they're actually playable. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think we can all agree that there's some classes that in the right hands can actually make it very far. For example, I was talking about Wizard. Sure, there's 2 people that have that, 2-3 players that actually can reach up there. Archer has also seen a little bit of a spot on the top rankings. We are seeing more variety, but the community still demands those lower, let's say, performing classes to be addressed. And I think that's what we should take from the AoS season. There are still classes that are underperforming that they should be given the tools to actually make it, because it's fun whenever there's more variety and say, oh, what is killing me standing? And it's a wizard. It gives you some other sort of thing to pay attention, because I don't know. I mean, we don't always want to go into mystics, into strikers, into AoEs. All these classes are already good. Let's actually face the classes that need help, right? I think that's one thing that we can take it. Like Scholar being also is fun to play. I mean, it's not fun to play into Scholar, but it's fun to see that there's other Scholar players, you know?
I hate playing into Scholar and I play Scholar. Like,
yeah.
it needs to change at some point.
I think that explains a lot of what I'm trying to say, but yeah. Let's quickly point out these classes that actually need help. Let's randomly say classes one by one. I'm gonna start saying, for example, Corsair. We're not seeing Corsair going up that often. Succession Guardian, okay.
Awakening, well, more than Succession, Awakening Guardian. Jesus Christ, that class needs help.
Yeah.
The players
what
need
other
psychological help, poor guys.
What other
Shy definitely needs a little bit of self-peel. Now that you can't build extremely tanky in AOS, Shy might need some self-peeling.
I would unironically say, it was kind of biased, but I would say Wukong, but I'm not talking about damage buffs, but like more like quality of life and cancels, and the class would be really good.
Yeah,
I mean, I still think even on EU, it's like, what is the top rank? I didn't check, but this class is not like, let me check what is the rank now.
I think it's 1.3k.
1.3k. I mean, it can like cost 1.5k. Yeah. It goes 1.5. Like the dudes who fucking having grab and super like somewhat of rotation. It's just super situational, right? That's why it like is bad. Like if they would fix some cancels and everything, again, it doesn't have to be like it needs no damage buffs, by the way. Like generally doesn't need damage buffs, it just needs better cancels, some bug fixes, and some quality of life, and the class is actually really good. So see, like it doesn't even take that much for some class to like actually be viable if they do some tweaks. Yeah,
I think we're missing. Oh, sorry, Buffering. Go.
Yeah, I wanted to be biased too, but Succession Vogue, I think he's really strong, and the movement changes, like reducing cooldown and stuff. I can actually kite most of the gauntlets. It's just that this current meta is just it does not fare well. It's just way too many grabs, way too many stuff. Scholar existing and me not being able to actually do anything against that. Like she just exists and my effectiveness is cut. So there's nothing for me to actively outplay the Scholar. She's just existing, cuts my healing. So yeah.
I was gonna bring that. I'm surprised that Yellow or Quendi actually pointed out, but Awakening Dracania needs help.
Like,
I mean,
I don't think
Awakening.
I don't think PX did Dracania because it just get public executed that class. I checked the BDO history. I'm just check my mind. There was no class got that much destroyed, and like they just nerfed it into one direction. They nerfed into this direction. Game just started to go up. Like they gave lots of SA to the other classes. They took all the SAs, proper SAs from the class. Class got 4 big nerfs. First, third one was good. Class was OP, but the last one completely made the class unplayable. I have nothing to say. Like we just gave lots of feedbacks about the class.
Funny thing is though, Awakened Drakene is unironically the most balanced class in the game, and every class should be like that. Like
I agree.
But it's like so gappy and everything, and like it's kind of, it makes sense. Like every class should be like Awakened Drakene if you want to like, perfect balance. But it's kind of like they put a 2017 class into this meta, which is kind of, you know, like they're talking about the option 2. Way back in the day, you know, like we're gonna change things to frontal guards. We're gonna do this, and like Awakening Drakene kind of got the changes, but you know, the other classes didn't get the update. Yeah, good.
This is a class that I don't get, right? How is Awakening Meva still so bad?
Yeah,
like it was never good for like I don't know how long.
It's
still bad.
I am 100% sure they have that one intern that is just paid to make some random random changes to the class, and he just gets a quote every time he does, but he's not allowed to make actual changes. I am 100% sure it's been 4 or 5 years. The class hasn't actually changed at all.
It is insane. I don't know. Like
I don't also get it. Like it's so. I mean, every time I feel like if it gets an update, it's like some link, like some combo link that they're getting. But then you look at the kit and it's stamina issues, mostly stationary kind of frontal guard heavy. Like it's just the worst Musa in every aspect, and I don't know.
It's just Succession Musa from Teemo, legit.
Yeah, exactly. Basically.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna point out another class, for example. This is one, probably the only season that I've seen Succession Nova overperform in Awakening Nova. We haven't seen that class that even.
Nova got it.
Because are gonna hate me for this, but I don't think if they actually tried, they would be that bad as they are right now. But nobody wants
maybe
to
they're a little bit of a whiner. Why isn't Quizage or GLC playing Awakening Nova?
Because they're on Awakening Mystic now.
Yeah, choices, I guess.
I mean, like Awakening Nova was OP. Class was OP. The kit was OP from release. It's too fast. Game can't handle that much fast. We talked about it and they nerfed it. I'm appreciated. Class is just reasonable right now. Succession Nova. I'm sorry for Succession Nova friends, especially the mains, but they're not playing the class. They should just stop lying to themselves. Class. It's an AI class. Literally, just they're not playing it. It's an AI class. I'm sorry to say that, but they're just staying in Q block, just repeat 4 or 5 SA skills, and sometimes they try to grab. They never get CC. Their pet can CC from front guard. Their pet can CC the invisible targets. Their pet can CC you when you just go out from V. There's no way they escape. Like, I don't know. The independent CCs should be removed from the game. Sakdosa's pets. If there is I don't know, but if there is a CC on Sage Awaken, for example, independent pet CCs should be removed from the game. They can deal damage. It's okay.
CCs should be removed from the game.
Yes, please take the shit away from the game. I can't take it anymore. Like, you have a 0.1 second micro gap, but since you have 5 Awakening Magus twirling Rhapsody in your face, you just get CC'd instantly.
Yeah.
Battle Cry everywhere.
Let's not make that.
Don't get me started on Battle Cry. It's actually crazy.
Let's not talk about Battle Cry. Let's not talk about Shy Bongos in Node Wars. I mean, there's
it's such a lazy way to instantly punish classes that justifiably have microgaps, because microgaps should be a thing in the game. Burma protected rotation should not be a thing. And then you give a class multi-ACCs and it's just a free fucking win for no reason. Take that shit away from the game.
Yep. I think it's very.
I mean, that basically makes it you both rotate and then you just get hit and get CC. It's kind of boring gameplay too.
Yep. So
I'm gonna be repeating myself again, but you guys know what I'm gonna say. They fucked up Awakening Dosa really bad.
I mean, don't remind me, man. I played Awakening Drakene, butchered. I play fucking Awakening Dosa, also killing it.
It's like you
get to play Wukong, you don't even get to play because the class is garbage.
It literally is the ranged version of Awakening Dracania.
To be fair, Wukong is actually, it just needs a bit of.
Yeah,
he actually
try to make it look better, man, but the class is not it.
Okay, I
Victim
mean,
class,
Wu-Tang
victim
issues
class.
are just, it's a victim class because, I mean, like, Saber's gonna come up, so they will not give
Yeah,
it the
right,
life that it needs.
right.
But all it takes is a few fucking quality of life changes, and the class is actually good. Like, I'm not even coping. It's actually a good class.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's finish off this sort of topic saying that it's cool that we have variety. Please give a deeper look into the classes that are, like, you're gonna notice the classes that are underperforming in this season. This is probably gonna be the same case for the classes that need actual help in the other PvP content. I don't know why they don't do it, because variety just means more fun, right? More scenarios, more stuff to think, and more people actually enjoying the PvP, which that's what we all want to do, right? I'm gonna just throw some short random questions. Did you guys enjoy the new maps? The one that you could get sucked into the water was actually quite fun. I don't know if someone has encountered. I have a clip. I have that one.
Footprint on the water when someone leaves, so it's really bad.
I played
That map
against
is not
Verti in
competitive.
customs, and I got 5 out of 5 times vacuumed under the map.
Oh,
That was
no.
No.
That's actually kind of crazy that is in there, and no one is testing if you can actually vacuum people under, and it's so consistent too.
It looks
Maps
amazing, be
fun,
wrong, right?
but
Yeah, it looks
I
really
don't
good. Yeah.
maps are
The idea is
fun, but
good.
let's make sure weird stuff doesn't happen, right? How about the scoring ranking system? It's been toned a bit. We're not seeing a lot of incarnates as of right now. How do you guys think the ranking system, the points that are given, the winning streaks, are they any better? Do you like it?
I think it's good.
The grind is longer for sure. The seasons are short, 1 month ish.
You can come back 3 days later and you're still within 50 of your rank, and that's amazing to me. I don't know.
I have been AFK for a week. I lost 60 places. Well, 70. Okay.
Yeah, me too. But the grind is definitely longer.
Okay. The crystals, the gear wise, I think it's actually a balanced season gear wise. Like, you don't feel like if you're tanky, sure you're tanky, but you're killable. You have the rage absorption earrings that actually makes you have maybe 2 absorbs if the games go long. I like the crystals and gear. What do you guys think?
Too much damage.
Good job with that.
Oh,
yeah, there might be too much damage for some classes.
Too much damage.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know this, but the Q block classes have the same block as everyone else. So it's basically like it gets broken very quickly. It's in the rules. You can check, like, the guard gauge is equalized. So this is just too much damage. You have to do a ton of resource management, which I guess it's part of the class, but it's just running away and not dying most of the time.
I see.
Yeah, I can't lose an SA trade into 2 people. That's how bad it is. Like, some classes just have the stats to just do whatever they want. The same is true for some evasion classes, and it's Scholar, like, that's the most prominent, right? You get we have a 20 DR self buff. It has the DR passive. It's like 40 DR over everybody else without add-ons. It's really, really rough. Like, some classes just auto-lose. I just SA trade alone.
And last question for the Solar chapter. Would you like to see a mode where the 3v3 is pre-made and the same system but with 3v3s? That's like you grab, for example, you go Yalo, Mailer, Lua, and you make that a team and you guys queue as a team. And Nion...
I mean, it's basically flex queue, right? Like in other
games,
like,
kind of.
flex is basically...
Dota 2 has that thing in ranked matches. It's happening like that. For example, the 5, like, there are like 2 highest rank people in Team A, Team B, Team 1, Team 2, it's not important. And they're picking people one by one, and can be like 2 high. And it's not a captain's book. It's like directly ranked matches. There are like 2 teams, Team A and Team B. 2 highest rank is being their captain. They're picking one by one. That's the thing.
Out of the player pool. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, from the player pool. Yeah, like, so it will be for AOS. If they bring the 5 versus 5 AOS, that would be very nice. Mod like 2 highest rank and 8 people in the pool, and they will pick from there. That would be nice.
I mean, I just find the idea super good in MMO to have your friends in your team and then just competing with them in any shape or form. And again, one of the things I do the most with Milo too, like, we just queue us sometimes, right? And just fun, like, just chilling and just having fun. I mean, that's like personally just something I would really love in BDO in general. If it had like some ranked element, go ahead.
It's such a no-brainer, to be honest, but like at the same time, there's so few people that would be so dead at this point.
Yeah, that's the
hosting.
thing I was thinking. That was what I was thinking. Like it would probably die down. That's
But
the
wouldn't
Probably a
it
few
be
is
like
minimum.
super attractive to make a lot of people come back though? Because the rewards from AOS this season were boosted. Like once you're past 1.5k points, you gain the double the amount of silver. So like you spend the entire day playing, you could make roughly like 3 billion, something like that. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not comparable to PvE, right? But
that's
it's still some rewards. Wouldn't it be like attractive for people to actually do it and maybe some players coming back?
that's the
Yeah,
that's the
the carrot
current
is good enough.
situation of BDO. That's the current problem, isn't it? That it's not attracting people. None of the contents except grinding. None of the contents are, you're making proper money. Like why the guy just wants to the AOS? Why he cannot just build gear when he wins AOS? Why? It's because he's not using loot screws. That's the question. I mean, that's the problem. But it's weird. It's free. Like I don't remember that when I just got loot screws, for example, for last 2 years. Specifically bought something. No, I have 800 loot screws. Still 800 loot screws for the last 2 years. So it means that I'm not grinding that much. Even if I grind that much, for example, I cannot, finish it, complete it, or consume all of them. So just give proper rewards for people's effort, so they can build gear. I don't know.
I think like this pre-made game mode is feasible. I think we would probably have enough players to make it playable, but it would have to happen not at the same time as the solo queue AOS. Otherwise, you would spread the player base too thin.
And I'm gonna throw this statement. Is this comparable to Guild League? Because at the end of the day, we're pretty much doing that on Guild League, just with 10 players.
Probably miss Guild League, man.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you guys think they actually delayed the next season for Guild League and they put first the AOS?
Hardcore.
Is it because the Adania? Was
Please
it
no, I hate that shit.
No, I believe in Guild League, the DR is significant. You remember that thing? It's even now more disgusting with Mystic. Instead of Berserker, people now play Mystic something. And and probably they prefer to go for AOS because AOS is less problematic than the Guild League because people prefer to not go into Guild League, or even if the guilds prefer to go there, it's being, mirror matchup. It should be different, isn't it? It's being mirror matchup. Can anyone just, deny that?
I mean,
maybe that
introduction really badly.
No.
maybe that's my hopium speaking, but maybe they switched it around just so that the AOS season ends before Savior releases, so they finally don't have an AOS season right after the new class releases.
Maybe.
I mean, for me, it's basic just because setting up AOS is just infinitely easier. I don't know if they actually want to fix something for Guild League or do something new, but if you're being like real, like the AOS is basically the same. All they did is pump the rewards, right? Once you like pass red rank, and change like 2 crystals. Essentially, just put like a map in, right? That they just put out again because it was bugged.
There's
That's
also the Edania map. I think the Edania map is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, wait. Okay. I mean, but that's what they all do. I just don't think it's like high effort. I have some sort of hope that they might actually address the Diamet in another way. I mean, they did it. I mean, they tried to do it with the crystal changes, right? They did it, but maybe they do something extra because I mean, it's kind of apparent that it's not gone. Like it's still there. So maybe like my little bit of hopium there, that they do something for the Guild League season. Because for me personally, because in my opinion, for me at least, like the best content in this game. It combines you needing gear, you needing to team up, and PvP. It's like everything that I love in BDO, right? In one place. AOS is nice, right? But AOS is like hit or miss too, with like the quality of games that you get. Like sometimes just you have like desync. But at least in Guild League, you have your friends with you, you have people in your guild, you grind. Like, I mean, every time Guild League is up, bro, like I'm like also hardcore, but I grind like mad. Just to get that little bit of push, and then just doing the matches is just the most fun to me personally. But
Don't you think it would be nice if we had multiple Guild League game modes? Like, for example, in Red Battlefield, for example, we have the Castle Ruins RBF, which is based on kill points, and then we have the Valencia RBF, which is based on holding, like capture the flag type thing. Wouldn't it be nice to have a similar thing in Guild League and like alternating the game modes based on season, like they do with RBF?
Yeah, it would be crazy good. I mean, I think everyone who likes Guild League would, I mean, like the way Guild League is, right? In that sense, would be not against it. Like everyone would want it. Like,
create something. Sorry, they could create something where one person in each team gets flagged, and then if you can kill that person, you get like more points or something. So everybody has to protect that person.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
you can do
person
so
be
many
like a
things.
shy with all the possible defensive stats in the game and
Yeah, but
killable?
I mean, that's
I
in
love
like the
random
person
mechanics.
gets randomly chosen and it changes
Oh,
constantly.
oh my god.
Look
Okay.
at
So if
fun,
you
not
kill that
gonna lie.
one
That would
person
be
that get
kinda fun.
that gets flagged, then another person in the team has that mark.
What Ark
Damn.
described earlier is just what WoW does. That's ranked battlegrounds in World of Warcraft. They have 2 alternating modes, and
Nice.
that's pretty much it. They make maps for that.
Like, I don't know if anyone here
Yeah.
played Alien for the brief period it was alive.
I did. I was
But
actually, I was so hyped. Bro, I played that game like Pound. I was even like pushing for the rank one. I was like rank one on the 1v1, on the 3. It had so many PvP modes, and you actually got money out. So
Dude,
like,
the
yeah, also.
G's and Alien were
Yes,
so
it's
sick.
so good, bro. Like I was surprised how this. Okay, I don't want to say dog shit game. Okay, but I had like 0 expectations, and I booted up and I played it for a month till it died. Like I was like, actually,
Yeah, same.
I actually quit BDO for Alien because the PvP content in that game was actually so good and rewarding, and it was actually fun to do. Like it
Agreed.
was
Dude.
crazy. Yes, it
The
was
original Guild Wars had a better GVG system, like by far, when it came out 20 years ago or whatever it was. It is insane how fucking lazy PA sometimes is. Like they could just copy paste shit from way back when nobody would sue them, nobody cares, and they just don't do it. I don't know why.
I mean, those things like properly designed GVGs or properly designed faction systems, like in Alien or in Albion or in even in Arcade. All those systems are not really copyrighted. Any MMO can use them.
exactly.
We
They can
don't
always
have
use that.
them.
I know
Why
that
we
like so crazy.
Like we
Why
have
do
lots
we
of
not have them?
like maybe you guys know that Night Online is a game. You know, it's a very old game.
Yep.
People still playing that, but there are some kind of simple things, simple contents in the game, and a PvE and PvP mix. For example, there are like 2 different rooms, 2 teams randomly is being prepared by the game itself. There are like 3 rooms. They're running against each other. They don't see them until in the middle of the common room. They kill mobs in their 3 rooms. They get rewards. They get additional things. They do PvE. In the middle, there is boss. That boss has valuable things. If you can just go there in fasts, you kill it, you get the reward. Or if you can't kill it, you can get reward, but you do PvP for it to win the match at some certain minutes, 20 minutes, for example. There are lots of simple modes that just, attract people. They can do PvP at the same time. You guys just said faction things, isn't it? You can just participate to be Team A, Team B, or something for different factions in Black Desert Online to do this, content. That would be amazing.
Can I say something in regard to like factions?
Yeah.
If anyone has played Albion, they know there's a faction system and they know there's a faction flagging, which means you can flag up for factions. When you're flagged up, you basically have PK active, kind of like all C and BDO. And when you have it active, other players from other factions can also attack you, and you get extra rewards from basically all activities. Extra rewards in form of tokens that you can then exchange for at the faction shop. Now, in BDO, we have a flagging system that is completely irrelevant, completely outdated, completely useless. Nobody realistically wants to use it anymore. And like open world PvP is not encouraged in any shape or form. And we also have a faction system that is used by the game for 2 hours every 2 weeks. Maybe we can do something with that? Thoughts?
I mean, they would need to make it like server side, right? Because if people are running their circles and they get disrupted, they're gonna fucking report you, and they're gonna make some shit up.
I know, but
I mean, if you're flagged, it's on you.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Like, if you
but
choose
like
to be
they'd have
flagged,
to. I think like unless they want to like alienate all the people that just love grinding and progressing that way, like the cookie clicker players is what I call them.
Yeah.
Like unless they want to completely alienate them, they need to like have servers for them and then make this faction server thing like similar with how they did it with War of the Roses as well, right? It has its own server for some reason, but it's still a shit mode. I'm sorry.
No.
But
because
with a system like that, if you're not faction flagged, you wouldn't be able to get attacked anyway. So you can grind. You can be on any server. It doesn't matter.
I think overall, what we are asking everyone here is like, we actually need game modes that are fun in itself, doing with friends, alone, whatever. But we need fun content in this game because in itself the game is super good, but we do not have anything that make us log in and say, okay, I've grinded my entire video life and nothing I can do actually gives me that joy. Guild League in itself, it's fun because I think it brings back the old Node War sort of vibes of getting your friends, fighting for something, proving that you're the best guild, and it is gapped, or it's not even like you cannot do it all the time. They need to provide us with content that it's actually fun in itself, and
Yeah.
that's with this is what I want
Okay.
to link with for the next chapter, which is the Calpheon Ball. Calpheon Ball, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been announced to be the next 13th of December, 7 a.m. CET here in Europe. I don't know the other times. What are our real expectations for this ball? Because there's a lot of urgent stuff that we think that this game needs, and I'm gonna give you this question to you. Yeah, what are your expectations? What is the most urgent things that we need to see in this ball?
I mean, we know that they will talk about Alchemy Stone system, which is one of the oldest content in the game that they never touch and almost impossible to reach the highest level. And we don't know how they will just do it. My theory, they just delayed it and they want to just implement that content into Edania Part 2. They will put some kind of relation in between them, maybe some item or few type of items that would allow us to do something with the alchemy stones. Not only enhancement will be the content, at least I want to cope on that, some kind of large content. And Edania 2, hopefully it will not be copy-pastes like they did on Edania 1. And overall, like, I'll be honest with you, like, this is the theory of the players. We don't have enough developers to do different contents because most of them working for Crimson Desert in these days. For the 26th March or 16th March, I can't remember, the Crimson Desert release, they want to prepare that game. They don't want to, delay it again. That game postponed how many times? Lots of times. And I'm trying to just reduce my expectations, and I'm expecting them to just, at least if they bring something to the game, small or big, don't delay it and give it the content without any bugs or issues. Like, imagine, Wukong is a huge brand, isn't it? Huge. Not only for MMORPGs, but overall, like when you say Wukong, even non-gamers know that name. They couldn't use that name for Black Desert Online. They used Wukong name, huge hype they created, and that hype died in 10 days at maximum. Because the reason is they didn't test Wukong properly. That class came with lots of chronic and like big problems. It takes 3 months to fix some problems. Scholar also they did also say in the Scholar. You guys remember that Scholar's ultimate was giving DP debuff to the enemy. Can you imagine that? There was lots of problems like that. When you use your ultimate with Scholar, for example, you wouldn't be able to get your Z buff. Some other issues, blah blah blah. Yeah,
You still give jump height to enemies, by the way.
You still do it. For example,
Wukong Rap didn't apply CC as of like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They fixed it and you still have an RNG thing. But it was like a 50-50 gamble. Like they didn't even check if the grab even works. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go.
Wukong isn't a perfect example. That's what I'm trying to say. If they want to bring something big or small, test it properly. Don't make disappointment. Like, because these communities disappointed a lot by PA, a lot. So if you do something, do it properly. That's what I'm expecting from PA.
For sure. Let's not repeat Wukong. Let's actually make Savior save
also,
BDO.
I also want to just, it's some kind of take a notes to the history. Simplicity, like they're trying to just make this game, when they bring the content, complex. For example, War of the Roses, isn't it? 300 versus 300. Huge map. Like 20% of the huge BDO's open world, you're fighting in it. It was just obvious it's that content. Just bring simple things with a good rewards. Then you will find huge hype on people. Simple things. AOS is simple, isn't it? Just simple.
That's not sexy for shareholders, though. But yeah.
I mean, simple things, like I said, 2 different rooms, 10 people, start, kill the mobs in 5-6 minutes. Whoever go in the middle, if you can kill the boss, get the rewards. If you can't fight against each other, whoever wins, get some kind of good rewards. Not 1 billion. Fuck your 1 billion. I mean, simplicity is the answer for BDO.
Oh, sorry. Aidex, what do you want to see in this Calpheon ball? Do you have any expectations? How are you looking into the ball this time around?
There's actually too many things, to be honest. Like, I know for a fact they're going to announce the alchemy stone. I just know that's gonna happen. I have a really big feeling that's gonna happen. And then I'm just worrying, right? Like, this alchemy stone is gonna give more attack speed to the game, and then you have to just rebalance it over again because everyone's gonna be faster and everyone's gonna, it's gonna be a shit show in the end. Because the faster you move, the more difficult things become. The more fun the game becomes too, but
I'm gonna throw a hot take here. I think big part of the Alchemy Stone revamp is gonna unify the attack speed into Belheart level. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
they're
it
gonna
could.
give
So,
more
for
attack speed.
example, if it goes to deck, then
I
you
don't
have the
think they dare
tenant,
to.
right? So, and then
I
it's,
don't think they
you know,
dare to.
I believe
I
they
think
do.
it's just shooting themselves into their foot. All the efforts that they're doing with the less hits, the slowing down giga speed classes, so that it's gonna be, if they just give that much attack speed, you can, like for example, Quendia is a Splendid user. It is way too noticeable. It creates a lot of imbalance in all the gameplay in BDO.
Yeah.
It's very not wise from them to give
Agree,
more attack
agree.
speed to the game. I think that's gonna disappoint a lot of people. That's my expectation for the Alchemy Stone revamp.
I have a feeling that it's going to be similar to you have base with 0%, and then every enhancement you do, you get 1% attack speed up until deck where it gives 10%. And if you have a Shining Stone, you'll get like a deck version of the new Alchemy Stone or something. I think that's what I'm expecting. And then of course the new class. I think it's gonna be great, and they put a lot of time and effort into it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean it will have bugs. Like guaranteed, it's
Yeah, for
gonna have
sure,
bugs.
for sure.
Every
Everyone
single
and
class
their
so
mother is
far.
rolling to that class. Every
Yes.
person I know is gonna roll to Savior. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and
I
I
had
want
zero
to
expectations for
connect the Savior class into Baffery because they sold the class as sort of
Whopping.
kinda utility Valkyrie kinda style. Like, how do you see or look into the class reveal, knowing that it could actually steal some of the utility out of the Valkyrie?
I just want active utility, not passive utility. Like, I just want to be able to make a decision and then based out of that. And I hope the class does that because, like, just right now, the kind of utility we have is a bit weak. Like Volk, with the HP increase from the armors and everything, and the set values of the heals and the long cooldowns is just sometimes irrelevant. But I have really no expectations. I hope the class Savior is good, but there's a lot of hype riding on it, and I just hope people are managing their
I
expectations.
have a feeling this class will not have a grab.
Big ass sword.
I have a
So-
feeling it will not have a grab. Yeah, I think this class will not have a grab, but will have some sort of Q block, but no grab.
I mean, the thing is just, didn't the devs say, like, quote me if I'm wrong, but like, I think they said it's gonna be like the female warrior, so I think it might have a grab due to that, but
I think
I mean,
it
you
will
can,
have, I don't know,
Awakening
Aidex
warrior,
calling.
like that.
I
female
am
awakening
placing my
warrior.
Yeah.
bets on no grab, and everyone's gonna be disappointed, and we go back to our mains. What else?
In the meantime, Savior is gonna have 4 fucking grabs, and Aidex is gonna be wrong. I mean,
I can't.
Group
I mean,
content. This game needs group
no.
content.
Yes,
It's
please.
it's the game right now. I've been playing a bit of Where Winds Meet, and I'm playing solo, and I'm having infinitely more fun than playing BDO solo. It's like a day and night difference.
Yep.
And
I'm just gonna
BDO is
say
an
something
MMO.
in relation to like party content. You guys noticed they gave exclusive rewards for like watching the masterclass streams, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah.
rewards was like items that you can use to give 50% drop rate to you and your entire party.
Would be nice.
Now,
I didn't read the
what is
description.
that for?
I wonder.
What
I
the
wonder
fuck
why we're
is
getting
that?
all these
What?
stones
Yes.
related to the alchemy stone.
They are rubbing salt in the fucking wound. Like, oh yeah, there is absolutely no party grind in the game. Here's every day that you want to items that give drop rate to you and your entire party. Go use them in Node War. Like, what do I use them for? We don't have it. Do I go grind fucking castle ruins in 2025?
Yeah.
I just hope that if they release or announce party content, I hope it is different from what we have seen before.
I sure hope so.
I mean,
is
here's the
what
thing.
everything should
There's a lot of cool concepts in old party zones. I'm gonna call back into Castle Ruins from Elvia. I'm gonna call Abandoned Monastery in Calpheon. I'm gonna call even Altar Imp, although it was a
Skull
mess. I think it was sort of a cool concept, but it was a little bit too buggy and inconsistent. But there's cool concepts in party zones in video. Like, I wouldn't mind even them reusing them, but I just want them.
You have Gyfin Upper still,
Gyfin
Upper, the
Upper,
OG
yes.
chill 5-man grinds, but they're just chill.
Even the older Alluns, the older
you
Allun
have so many
versions.
options. They're just not lucrative enough. Like if they buff them in some way, I mean, bro, you don't even need like some crazy update. Even if you make them like tankier, do more damage, and get better rewards, people would eat that shit
Yes.
up like for no reason. Won't even
Playing
that much.
devil's advocate though. Odin still has LVF free, so
Yeah.
you know,
Oh no.
I mean,
it's gonna
we
be
got
Dolan's free guy. If you ask me.
55, let's go.
Make Medea
Nah.
great again.
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
oof. I mean, here's the thing. From my point of view, this Calpheon ball will be a huge W
Or
if
the big L.
if they release Edania Part 2, in which the materials you need for the coolest alchemy stone revamp is obtainable from a PvE group spot. Wouldn't that be the sickest expectation that we could have from this ball?
Yes.
Anything is
That
good.
and armor stones, yeah. Like
Yes.
armor stones need to happen as well. People not being able to grind that shit molds them out so much, and I understand it. Like I don't grind that hard, but somebody that just loves clicking those mobs, like they're losing it, literally.
I also wonder how many people right now playing the game are actually not able to grind in Edania.
That's a good question. And here's the thing. Whenever they announced the 1v1 tourney, I was scared of the amount of people that actually didn't meet the gear score criteria. But overall, there were like 1.1, 1.2k players able to participate in EU and NA. That's, I don't know how much of the percentage of the current population of BDO is, but for me, it surprised me the amount of people that it was that much.
I mean, are you saying those figures as people that applied or people that could apply? Because
There was an
people that
announcement.
apply-
There was an announcement. I cannot remember which one there was, but they actually showed the actual numbers of people that probably were applicants for this, and they were like 1.2 in EU, 1.1 in NA, 900 in Korea. They showed the numbers. I can try to find the announcement if you guys want.
Because I know a lot of
But
people
yeah, I was
just didn't
surprised.
do it, just didn't join. So they had the
let
gear,
me
they just
try.
didn't join.
My next worry is as well, like, what are gonna be the requirements to go to Edania Part 2?
The alchemy.
Yeah.
That's true. Alchemy
gonna-
stone.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a thing,
probably,
like
yes,
armor.
yeah.
Like
Sure,
there's no
sounds good.
more.
Yeah.
You
Probably we will
probably won't
get-
be able to get it unless you get to Edania Part 2.
There's a reason that why
Oh.
they just delayed it, because like
Yeah,
there's
true.
if we think that if it is only just enhancing the old alchemist stone system with the chrome stone, there is nothing extra to just improve it or to relate it with something. We already have the enhancement system in the game. They will just add a chrome stone if code and bam, it will be ready. But I think they have some kind of plan for future with the alchemist stone system. I believe with Velsart and Shining, we will enhance the normal alchemist stones for the Shining. With Shining and Velsart, you will be able to combine it, the purple grade alchemist stone, and you will enhance it to the deck. That's my theory. And we will be able to just, enhance it to the deck with the Neo Zone, with some kind of armor black stones. There will be some kind of way to just enhance it. Also, from the Neo Zone, the Edania Part 2, we might see more armor enhancement material, more than 5 per week, because people just whining about that a lot because, it's so disgusting, isn't it? Being limited in everywhere. Spots are capped, spots are respawn capped, that the other things are capped, contents are time gated, weekly bosses, the other things, blah, 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 blah. Like, for example, also for the group contents, we have an amazing, indirectly in organic group contents in the game, word bosses. We have the teleport system in the game, they added it, isn't it? Every, when the boss respawn, there will be some kind of small UI on your screen. On top right, you will click that, teleport me to the Zarka, if you are in the open world, of course, if not in Arsha, for example. Teleport me to the Zarka, you go to the Zarka, you kill the Zarka, you come back to the location you are at in the first, and then you go to the other boss, you teleport, go kill, and come back. And it's so easy to just, make the word bosses great again for people, but also they should just change the loots. In the beginning of the podcast, I said something. The loot system is not satisfactory in this game. Whenever you just do something, you feel like I'm griefing myself if I'm not grinding. You shouldn't think that you're griefing yourself if you do the word bosses. So no matter what they do, they should add something to the word bosses or few different contents in it. It should just appeal every gamers in the game, even the hard cap, even the low level of players. When you just complete the Magnus quest line, you will be able to teleport the word bosses when they respawn. and you can come back. Easy peasy. Organic group content. You don't even need to know people.
Yeah, it's just leftovers from the open world days where it mattered that you had to travel and shit. Nowadays, you don't need it.
Bro, even
it's
like at the start of video, you had to fight for resources. Like one thing, and we talked about Elden, right? And how like you can take so many different things from other games and just implement them into this. Even I would say that was dog shit fucking Throne at Liberty had, which was fun, was like, you know, the dungeons where you go in, where you grind, and at nighttime it enables PvP, and you kind of like got like so many good rewards afterwards. If you made something like that, I mean, like people would complain, but like for me personally, I would love that. Like having a group and just PvEing/PvPing in that one would already like make me feel like it's open. I mean, you know, like we did it with Lua, you and me, like we were just at nighttime just grinding because it was like we actually got good resource over it, and nighttime PvP enabled, and yet like just fun. Just I mean, little things like that would already make like infinitely better than how it is right now. I don't know, like
having the need as well.
Yes.
They have
like you
unknown
don't.
archer,
Exactly.
so it's 5-man capped.
Yes.
And they have areas that are so old they could just rework them into it. Like, everything's there.
I mean, they basically have the foundation, right, to do any of that, like everything. And again, there's so much that they could do. And so the savior thing again, like I mean, the class is probably gonna be good because I don't know. I mean, Quenya mentioned Scholar and Wukong, which is true. I mean, they mentioned Wukong, didn't add anything, and just fucking posted the picture of savior, and then had like 10 lore videos about it, right? So it's gonna be good. I mean, that's the big highlight of the ball, right? Essentially, in my head.
I think so.
Like Alkstone, everything is okay, but I mean, winter update sounds more like quality of life to me. what they wrote there, so I'm like not really hopeful. I think their big content is sadly gonna be savior. Like that's the big selling point.
And that's what scares me because time and
scares
time
me.
again,
It's
all
also
the
offline,
ball.
right? Like,
I mean, it just you cannot make newer classes your new content. There has to be something more.
I know.
Because
That's
at the end
also
of the
an
day,
issue.
people will get bored of the class and they will drop it 2
What if you don't like the
weeks
class?
late.
Like that's also there, right? What if you don't enjoy
You're
the
gonna
class
drop
itself?
it. You get a lot of attention onto the class, and then there's nothing left because what it's new, it's gonna bring more attention, and that's it. Then the game goes into the raw, stale place. So that's why I'm remaining hopeful that we need more content, that it's actually fun, so that you can actually play the new class doing something new, that it's also fun. But you can do it with other classes if you don't want to play the new class, or the class disappoints you and it's not your style. You cannot hide behind a class to make the big content of the game. That's my thoughts. But
that's the issue though. Like as long as that works though, they're not going to change, and that's where we're at. It works.
I mean, the idea is going to be a new class, an outfit, and then quality of life is my like bare minimum expectations. And again, as you said, if you go like just having a class as your content is just such a bad idea. A lot of people are like actually committed to their classes. They really just like their class, right? Like they essentially get like nothing out of this. If you really think about it. Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's throw this probably last question for the Calpheon Ball chapter, and I'm gonna go in order. You guys have to mention your top 3 most desired things that will come on this Calpheon Ball. We can start with Wendia. Top 3 things that you want to see from Calpheon Ball.
Top 3 things. Proper steps for class balance. I mean, proper steps. Okay. Group contents, but proper group contents, please, not just copy paste, but use this contents in the game. And while they're trying to be creative, they shouldn't be complex. Simplicity is the key to fix the Black Desert Online. That's what I'm expecting from them.
Aidex, your turn.
Group content, class balance, same thing as Kone. And then, I'm just hoping for more quality of life, really. Even more quality of life. Yeah. Maybe a class revamp, but that's asking too much. But I would hope so. Maybe something like that.
Maybe the Maywa that we were all talking about. Maybe it's a class revamp angle. I see him. Mailer, your turn. Top 3 things that you desire the most from this Calpheon Ball.
Dolan's free.
Okay, let's go.
Good league. And I guess some more balance. Yeah.
Okay. Yellow.
For me, I mean, Myla basically said, I mean, this goes hand in hand. I want Guild League, but attached with class balance and a certain defensive stat balance. in some way or shape or form. That's like, for me, Guild League would be good, but it has to be. I really hope they did something more than just send it the way without any changes. That would be my favorite thing. Second thing is, again, grind spots, like party grind spots or anything, right? Rework any of the old spots. Doesn't matter if it's Mirror Mark, Gaifen Upper. I just want something to spend time with my friends in, man. I want to like be in a call and just chill and just hit mobs with friends, right? Where I just like feel like I'm not griefing myself. And the last point is, I mean, just to not be afraid to add new content, right? Whether it be PvP or PvE in any shape or form. Not just, edge it for like 2 years and then just bring something completely scuffed out. Like, again, I would rather have like things, right? Even if they're simple, I also have like something to do. That's on a personal level, I guess. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Buffery, your top 3 most desired.
Yeah, group content, I want to have a reason to log in, to be honest. I wasn't playing much before the tournament and probably gonna die down a bit, like, just 1 hour a day. So group stuff would be amazing because it motivates you and everyone around you. This is not Calpheon Ball related, but I would just like to open channels of communication between us and PA because they just do not take feedback from other regions. Like in terms of balance or any other, they don't take feedback from the most profitable regions. At least it doesn't look like it. And let's see what Savior and how Savior is gonna shake up the matter.
Hey, Arkyve, what are your
I'm
top
gonna
3?
shoot it higher, but definitely a renaissance of party content, both PvE and PvP, including Guild League. Like being able to have consistent group content, I think would make so many players happy for both sides of the coin. Then, rather than class balance, since that is not really going to solve things in the long run, rather a full combat overhaul to like normalize classes, normalize how the various kits work, and like tone down things to make it so pretty much every class plays by the same rules before starting to rebalance things, because that is going to make things way easier and way more sustainable in the long run. And then ideas like for new engaging content. Like all the content we've received for the past 2, maybe 3 years has been very one-dimensional, very dull, very shallow. It doesn't feel engaging. It feels like defining it a chore wouldn't even be correct. It's just simply, it doesn't feel entertaining. We're playing it because we don't have a better option, but what we're doing isn't really enjoyable, doesn't really immerse us in the game for both PvE and PvP. And I feel like we kind of need to bring that back into the game after so many years.
Yeah, I agree. For me, my takeaways would be Alchemy Stone revamp being a success, like actually doing it properly. Class balanced, so that the least successful classes can be comparable, so that we have more variety in the menu for PvP, which is always gonna be fun. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a guy that likes new classes. I'm stuck with Awakening Sage, best class in the game. So I'm gonna say more fun content to do with friends, alone, whatever, but fun content. That it's inherently fun to do. Doesn't matter what shape or form, but that it pushes you to click one button to play and you can spend the whole day doing it without even noticing that time is flying. That's what I want from video. And that's what I consider is the most urgent thing that video needs. But yeah, I think we've covered quite a lot of stuff. I don't want to extend too much because I know EU has Note War soon. Quendia is also super tired because he streamed for 8 hours this morning, so he also needs some rest. So let's shoot it onto the last thoughts that everyone wants to share with us to close this episode. I'm gonna start with Arkyve. Round of last thoughts.
I think the game right now needs a lot of work in terms of depth and stability. We've had a little bit of radio silence from PA for a while. Like we don't really have anything new, anything promising for quite a while, and I hope the Calpheon Ball will change it. As of now, things don't look too bleak in the game, but it also feels like stagnating. So I can't help but keep my hopes up. But at the end of the day, it's just that. It's just hopes. The rest is up to PA.
I see. Bafre, your last thoughts for this episode.
Yeah, going back to Archive's thoughts, I think PA might be doing a mistake in putting all their eggs in one basket with Crimson Desert, and even in the shareholders report. They highlighted Black Desert, but it doesn't look like it might be that it's their future. So yeah, I'm hoping the game continues to thrive. But as of right now, I have no reason to play it other than Node Wars and some PvP. So yeah.
Yellow, your time to shine. Last thoughts.
I mean, it's not much to shine. I mean, Arkyve and Waffle basically put it also nicely in. The game is basically stagnating, right? They try the Crimson Desert thing, which I think is gonna be exactly what Whirlwind's Meat is, right? RPG with like MMO elements to it. At least that's what I think it's gonna be. And again, like our issue is basically we see how much potential this game has, right? That's why like we're so committed and like passionate about it, right? Because we see the potential. Like everything is in theory it should be really easy. That's I guess the frustration that's where it comes from. And for me again, I just hope they kind of lock in because again, Whirlwind's Meat is there, and I mean in our guild alone, right? So many people are playing it and they're actually enjoying it. You have also Ion 2 coming out. I know it has like the pay to win thing, but it's still a competitor, right? I just feel like they have to kind of lock in at least, you know? Being stagnant and having no real content is not it. For me personally, I had fun, but it was due to the tournament, right? Not the game itself. Like the game itself for me is just like it's just nothing changes really, right? I log in, I do Node Wars, as Rafael said, I do maybe P and then I just log out. That's my loop basically. And I just hope they just bring something unexpected or crazy in the ball and just, follow up on it and don't just let it slide, right? And actually push through and do something, because the game again is amazing, right? It's like, I mean, everyone's playing, everyone loves this game. It's just the what could have been thing, right? Every time when you talk the game. But yeah, that's it from me.
Mailer, your last thoughts.
Yeah, I just think the game is still pretty much the same. Every half year we get a new spec or class. We have a few more tools that are like better now, and I hope we see more. But I'm doubtful. I think it's still gonna be the same. We're just gonna see a Crimson Desert trailer this year, and then it's gonna be the ball.
Let's see. Aidex, your turn for the last couple of thoughts that you may have.
I hope we get something different, and that's pretty much the only thing what my closing thought would be like. The game is too much of the same right now. Been playing again for like 2 whole years. I still like it a lot. I still want to play it, but yeah, it's like too monotone in a way. We need different kinds of infinite progression based kind of content, like life skilling and grinding, but something different added to it, something different to do. And then of course, class balance. Yeah, that's it really.
And from this point on, your last thoughts, Quentin, and you can take it away.
I mean, they talked enough, and I don't need to just give details about other things. Thank you very much for everyone. If you guys just listen the other people until this point, and I will share my last theory about the new class. New class will be Ascension. The main weapon will be the big sword that we will see. We will have an awakening weapon that we do not know. Maybe it will not be like fully weapon. It will be some kind of talisman. And I'm expecting that the awakening part will be some kind of support or debuffer or something, because it has some kind of relation with Enslar in between, and the Valkyrie has a support role, semi-support role. She used to be, now they just killed it, that heal potential or something. I'm expecting that kind of class from Savior. I don't know what the other people know that, but let us know what you guys thinking. Also, please do not forget to follow these valuable people. They have Twitch, they have YouTube. Please do some search and try to find. I will try to put all these people's communication socials in the description section. The last word I can say: BDO is just a game, and if you can, have a nice game.